Ready for a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition.
So this is like the interesting part. You know, we put out surveys and we like you guys' feedback, and we see online polls of what you guys would like to see. We're gonna kind of put the rubber to the road on this, and we're gonna have a poll that'll run for a month. It will be fan polling, and we'll put a kit together. We'll go into production next year as a result. So the mission of this audience is to figure out who is in the running. We're not going completely off the rails, so it'll be something that it's one of our licenses. In my mind personally, I think it's a Star Trek ship. I just get the feeling that would be kind of the most popular, but I don't want to outrule anything. Again, this all has to do with what we have licenses and permission to do. So I've kind of shown you what we have right now as far as both Marvel, DC, Star Trek, Wizard of Oz, and Elvis.
You know how well you want to do 1,000 scale alliance.
So these are possibilities.
350 scale alliance is also nice.
Yeah.
350 scale Excelsior.
Yeah. We do, the idea for this is we won't be doing another huge ship in 2013. We want to be reasonable, so 1,000 scale Reliance on the board, 1,000 scale Enterprise D would not be. Anything you can fit in like a regular box or like a double wide is kind of in the running. So. Well, I didn't put this presentation together. I supervised it. That is not my typo, but it is a typo. Well, the question on Galileo is what size model are you guys looking for? I mean,
The old AMT kit was about 1/35.
Right.
1/32 would be a nice replacement. Yeah.
1/32 scale.
More accurate that you have. Where, when they show inside and outside are two completely different.
Right.
Take a lot of work to figure out how you want it.
And that's, Gary and I will debate that and iron that out.
If on the outside, make the inside. Or accurate what you have.
There's a way to make everyone
No way
happy.
to accurize that.
No, you can be nervous.
Yeah, the existing one, I think, is just got too many issues. So, yeah, so a new Galileo, 32nd scale, that would be on the board. We can't do 1,000 scale Akira, but we could do a 2,500 scale. We could do figures. We do Kirk and or Gorn to go with Spock. In order to be able to do an entire team in one kit, we'd have to go to a smaller scale. So that's one thing I want to throw out, just a smaller scale team set. Or an 8th scale, any other Marvel character. Is this the year we do a King Kong? We've had the license for that since we've been in business, and it's been a possibility. We just decided to do other things ahead of it is all. This one is a case where sometimes a license just gets thrown in with another agreement, and Iron Giant is actually part of our Forbidden Planet and King Kong agreement. So he is on the board. So we're going to have 4 contenders.
That was scale of life.
We have
Galileo shuttle.
20 minutes to pick the 4 contenders.
Do it by show of hands.
Now, if the Galileo was on the list, what's the possibility of including standing figures and or seated figures with it?
The point that's being brought up, just for the video we'll make of this, is just the idea of doing figures to go with a 30-second scale Galileo. It's something we can look at. It's going to be one of those things where, as we're examining the cost of it, it will be more of a possible. We can decide if it's a possibility or not. So, okay, is it safe to say Reliant is one of the contenders?
Yeah.
Is it safe to say Katinga is?
The Galileo ahead of
Galileo is a contender. Okay, we've got one more. We've got Iron Giant. So we've got people saying Iron Giant. We've got a few people saying Akira, the 2500 scale Akira. Let's take another show of hands, and we'll have to count this time and see. All right, Iron Giant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 on this side. I'll write that down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on this side. All right. How about Akira? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4. Hey guys, this is Jamie from Polar Lights. I want to take a second to thank everyone that participated in our Wonderfest poll. Since we announced the poll at Wonderfest, we figured this video would be the perfect place to announce the winner. So without further ado, the winner is not Iron Giant, which earned only 7% of the vote. Coming in next, with a little over 14%, was the 1000 scale Klingon Katinga. And the 2500 scale USS Akira barely beat out the Katinga, coming in at just over 16%. So that left the two favorites, and they were favored by a substantial margin. The 1000 scale U.S.S. Reliant and the 32nd scale Galileo shuttle. So which will it be? The Reliant or the Galileo? Reliant or Galileo? With 37% of the vote, the winner is the Galileo shuttle. Thanks again, everybody. We are happy to present this opportunity to you, the sci-fi modeling public, to determine what you will see coming from Polar Lights. We are as excited by the winner as you are, for sure. I've already got Gary started on the plans for the shuttle, and I'll write up some collector model blog posts as we go. We'll be sure to show our progress at Wonderfest in 2013, and we'll see you there.